Gams. That's right, y'all. I'm back again with more indie gaming news, ranging from upcoming releases to console ports. First up, we've got a visual novel that was first brought to my attention by the delightful Flower Angel Rave in our Discord. Obligatory pitch here, become a member, join us on Patreon, YouTube, preferably Patreon. You can get access to our Discord and tell us all about these cute, interesting little indies we might not have heard about. Anyway, Varney Lake is the second visual novel in the series Pixel Pulp's anthology and comes to us from developers LCB Game Studio. If the devs or the visual style of Varney Lake seem familiar to you, you may also know them for their first game, Mothman 1966. I feel like it was a missed opportunity there for Mothman 1969, but I think it would interrupt the whole spooks. In the summer of 1954, three best friends spend another year at Varney Lake, but this time have an encounter that changes their lives forever. They come face to face with a vampire. Oh no! Be my fucking dream. Decades later, paranormal investigator Lou Hill takes on a case that leads him chasing the truth of what exactly happened between those three kids and the vampire. With two of the trio having but muddled memories, and the third gone missing, Lou's investigation promises to be anything but easy. Varney Lake offers choice-based gameplay, branching paths, and accessible puzzles, leaving players with plenty of reasons to come back and find out more. Wally wants to let you know that Varney Lake will be releasing April 28th for PC on Steam, as well as all major consoles. This pulpy vampire detective story promises to satisfy your narrative itch. Alright, next up is something I somewhat knew about but never deeply investigated, and that's the game web platform GX.games. GX.games is a gaming browser that comes with Opera GX, a Chromium-based web browser, and for those who don't know, that just means it's got a similar base to Chrome. GX.games allows users to publish mobile games created through GameMaker onto the Opera GX browser. With 20 million using this service, this month they've released indies Colorful Recolor and Sword of the Necromancer for users to claim for free and keep forever. Colorful Recolor is a fast-paced puzzler that overflows in its vibrant colors, or as the devs call it, a kaleidoscope collection of brain teasers. Great wordplay, y'all. Nice. This indie offers 100 different levels, diverse gameplay mechanics, and a variety of unique biomes, and visually looks like a smaller, easier, more brightly colored Super Meat Boy, which also happens to be Randy Pinball's favorite love-hate game, if his comments in our Discord are to be taken seriously. Sword of the Necromancer is the second free game GX.games will be offering this month, and it will be available to download and again keep for free forever later in the month. Play this dark fantasy action RPG where you dungeon crawl your way to the depths, all in an attempt to gain enough power to revive your beloved from the dead. With roguelike elements and local co-op, you'll revive dead foes to fight for you using the forbidden powers of the Sword of the Necromancer, and gather a small army of monsters before equipping yourself with weapons and relics and leveling up to take on the Dungeon Guardians. What we do for love, y'all, huh? And this is not even a drop in the bucket of the number of indies available on GX.games now. So give this site a shot and see if Opera GX is a browser you might want to switch to. Switch, bitches! It's your turn to snap shots of puppers, cause Pupperazzi is finally releasing on April 6th. Fans of the channel, as well as all things cute and Doge related, will be familiar with this title. We reviewed it just a year ago, and now it's finally gracing Switch players with its cuteness overload. From publisher Kitfox Games and developer Sunday Month, This 3 to 4 hour experience tasks you with snapping the best pictures of a variety of dogs. From fancy to silly, these dogs are the bedrock of your burgeoning dog photography career, and the more you snap, the more upgrades you'll acquire and dog breeds you'll meet. And these feisty puppers will offer you a variety of ways to capture their essence. Action shots, relaxing photo shoots, petting sessions, fetch playtime, dress-up montages, and dance parties. I'm not sure that one really is a dog thing, but you know, fuck it, it's a game and the world is just made up of dogs, which, God, that sounds so wonderful. And, of course, you can pet them. My favorite part, though, is that this world has the greatest blessing of all. Animals only. Personally, I wouldn't mind more animal species, maybe a capybara or a platypus, but as long as the human animal remains far off in the distance, I'm happy. Introverts, sound off in the comments if you agree. Staying on the hating humanity train, sucker art aficionados into buying your crap paintings and struggling artist adventure game Passpartout 2, The Lost Artists. GX.games is the incredible studio that broke the internet with the original Passpartout, and this sequel offers more of the same, but better. Weirdly enough, I first heard of Passpartout from an art YouTuber I used to follow known as Jazza, which was all bad French accent and no shame, and I loved it. Releasing April 4th on Steam, your unknown of origin Kreen protagonist is trying to reclaim their art career by getting first place in the Museum of the Masters. I don't know how you get first place in a museum, but you know, fuck it, whatever. Complete commissions, earn new tools, and progress the story, or just slap brushes and paint around. Make your own happy accidents. I'm pretty art challenged and insecure about it. I'm actually pretty insecure about everything I'm not good at, perfectionist issues. But even I'm considering finally giving this series a shot, instead of watching others and feeling bad about my negative art skills. So let's release our fears and draw our little hearts away in Passpartout 2. Now, while I prefer to talk about games that are off in the distance, this next title has no reviews, and the gameplay reminds me of the investigative elements of the Simulacra series, which I really enjoyed when I streamed. And what is this game? It's text-based puzzle adventure Delete After Reading from Spanish developers Patrones y Escondites, who also created the game On Memory. Out now for PC, iOS, and Android, this comical title follows a group of curious kids that invite us on a heist to recover the stolen and singular copy of the highly anticipated video game The Curse of Penguin Island. Is that a reference to the Monkey Island game? I speak very generally because I've never played it, but either way, Curse of Penguin Island sounds fucking dope. With gameplay that will have you Robin Hooding this gaming masterpiece from a billionaire, everything about this indie to me sounds fantastic. Expect brain-teasing puzzles and a cartoon visual style in this new and in need of love indie. So check out Delete After Reading if it sounds interesting to you too. Alright 2D fighter lovers, if you haven't heard of Resistance 24X, here's your introduction to this new indie that just entered a free open beta. Now, you are seeing how it's written. Don't give me any shit, okay? It could be Resistance 204X, it could be Resistance 2004X, I don't know, I'm doing my best, eat my asshole. With a design that looks like the love child of Nidhogg and classic 2D fighters of the good old times, Resistance 24X enters open beta with a new playable character. Developer Julio Quiros has packed this free open beta with new features, including a Twitch chat integration designed for Twitch content creators. The many chaotic good to evil Twitch viewers can now mess with the streamer's game by introducing obstacles into their gameplay. Outside of streaming features, this update into the open beta has new terrains, and you can now create lists of local players with nicknames, which are also visible during the matches. To access the beta, follow these steps. First, visit the Steam page, then add it to your wish list, and finally, request access. Kind of went to like instruction mode there, but whatever. They put it in their thing, so I imagine it matters. This next indie is a prime A contender for best game title, and that's Don't Shit on My Fucking Roof. Now, I'm not sure if the blurred out part full of symbols is supposed to be fucking, but I think it is. Either way, let's just shorten it to Don't Shit on My Roof, which has released a major update and is offering a 20% discount, which is very much appreciated, but also kind of unnecessary since the base game is just $2.99 on Steam. Regardless, we love developers that care about our pocket as much as theirs, and create a great game to boot, if the 89 positive reviews are to be believed. This title comes from developers The Moon Pirates, which again, another great name. Like, maybe these devs need to just make a business out of coming up with awesome names, because the track record so far, excellent. Don't Shit on My Roof is an action, roguelite, and bullet hell game where you defend your home from armies of dastardly pigeons. So what can you look forward to in this update? How about new objectives, bosses, artifacts, icons, a French language option, and Steam Workshop options for players to add more languages. For a little more detail, that'll be 7 new bosses to defeat, over 50 new artifacts to collect, including one to make your own bird army, and new icons to accompany your bird-based slaughter. Don a deer stalker hat and pull out your favorite magnifying glass. There's a mystery afoot. Side note, if you're wondering why I said deer stalker, that is actually the name, I googled it, of the hat that Sherlock Holmes uses. It's for hunting deer. Weird, don't know why, but fuck it, it's iconic. Process of Elimination is a detective mystery game where you must figure out who among the 14 detectives at the Detective Alliance headquarters is the real deal, and who is the evil mastermind, the anonymous Duke. Now, I purposefully used the word mastermind because, based off of the footage and the story setup, it sounds very similar to the Danganronpa series, a title that is more than worthy of inspiration. The Duke has attacked the detectives' base on the island morgue and left it full of traps, which probably means some of our fellow detectives are gonna drop dead, if the Doomsday Counter didn't already make that clear. Move, infer, analyze, assist, and inspect the map and the assortment of quirky anime characters by your side before time runs out or a detective falls to a trap. This indie is being developed and published by Reef Entertainment and NIS, with a demo out now. The full game is slated for release on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 on April 14th, 2023 in the EU. Goodbye Volcano High is the next visual novel that'll have us playing and dating animals. No, not in that way. This choice-driven cinematic narrative game is about soon-to-be high school graduates in their final year and all the anxieties that come into this tumultuous time of a teen's life. I wanted all the T sounds. Expect the myriad of life questions that coming-of-age stories grace us with. Who am I? What kind of life do I want to lead? And, casually, how will we face the apocalypse? I would say maybe the last point of the apocalypse won't hit home, but have y'all seen the news in the past few years? This is much more real than it initially appears. Developed by Co-op, you'll be following the story of Fang, a dinosaur and budding musician, as well as their fellow senior classmates, making choices through conversations and guiding Fang in questions on love, friendship, and change. Expect a story that unfolds through branching dialogue, unique choices, and original songs, written by an in-house composer, Dabu, and featuring vocalist Brigitte Nagar of Common Holly, as performed by Fang and Trish's band Worm Drama. There'll be a playable demo of this game at PAX East, which you may or might know that myself, Joe, and Silent Signs will be attending in person. Hopefully, I'll be able to get my grubby little hands on this and try it out, because between the drop-dead gorgeous animation, the 2D art, the music composition, I am frothing at the mouth. I need a good palate cleanser after my stream of Raptor Boyfriend. If you were there, you know. Finally, let's end on a strategic note with this turn-based strategy game, Showgunners. Created by Good Shepherd Entertainment and Artificer, Showgunners is a strategy game set in a dystopian reality TV show where you jockey with fellow contestants to be the crowd's favorite and ultimately be crowned the champion. Premiering May 2nd on PC via Steam and GX.games, get ready to crush your foes to victory in a world torn asunder by your besties, income inequality, climate change, and civil unrest. Whee! But first order of business is survival, against not just the traps and the challenges of the arena, but your heavily armed opponents. Your chance to escape societal woes is being broadcast live, in which you'll have to mug the camera for chances to get an elusive life-saving sponsorship package. But it seems you won't have to go solo, or at least not all the time, as you can build teams of different skills and loadouts to help you achieve victory in each episode. If you're getting Hunger Game and Squid Game vibes, you aren't alone. And I don't want to see a single comment, "Actually, Battle Royale was the first one to do it." Shh, darling. No one cares. On a final note, the free demo that's out now also has a Twitch mode where viewers can join in and either help you win or make your life a living nightmare. So whether you're streaming to 2 viewers, a gaggle of friends, or playing offline, Showgunners has me gunning to play it. Are you proud of me? Silent signs, Joe? You are my pun mom and dad? And that's been your weekly indie gaming news. I hope I've spotlighted some interesting gems for you to look out for. For now, let me depart with your question of the week. Do you lean more towards games with realistic themes, or do you go full alternate or idealized reality? We had quite a few games both this week and last week with ideas that hit a little too close to home, like surveillance technology or climate apocalypse, which are themes that I personally have always found very intriguing in both games and literature, even if it may leave me a touch depressed. Let me know in the comments, and have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye!